Hey guys, welcome to Picks Parlays live cap. It's Football Friday. We're going to be going over a ton of college football games for you today. With me as always, I have Nick Parsons from the Insiders Room. Hey Nick, how's it going?
Hey Ali, good. Not bad. How are you?
Excellent. Rocking and
Nice.
rolling.
Well, good to have you back today because we missed you there on Wednesday.
Yes.
And so did a few people in chat.
I spoke to some of them via YouTube videos, so I'm glad to know that I was missed. That made me happy. You guys did a great show, though. I watched it. I got a lot of good stuff out of it. So, yeah, thanks for holding down the fort, guys.
Of course.
So today we do have a special guest with us. We've got Dan Kaiser on, the professor, and he's incredibly important to today's show because Dan is like a Big Ten master. And breaking news, the Big Ten is starting up its season again this week, as is the Mountain West. Hi, Dan. How's it going?
Good. It's cold, windy, and rainy here. Big Ten football weather.
Yeah, where you got to run to win in the Big Ten.
I would love some cold, windy, and rainy. Let me tell you, man. I think Vegas went like 160 something days with no rain or something. Like we've been setting no rain records here. Very sad. So we do since I've got everyone's attention for the view.
Nope. I think we lost Ali there quickly. Sorry, Ali, are you back with us? Are you back with us now?
Away? Yeah,
you just cut out there for 1 second. But I think you're back now. Are you there? She's got a very shaky internet connection there. But I believe what Ali was going to say was make sure you follow us on all the different platforms. Right now we are live streaming to both YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, we do this every Wednesdays at 6 Eastern. We call this the Live Cap Show. And then on Saturdays, Ali does, along with myself and Kurt Alexander, we do Total Chaos. And that's where we do a rapid fire of every NFL game on the board. And they give their best over or under on every single game on the board. And we've now done 3 weekends. And I know after the first 2 weeks that their results have been really good whenever they match up on a total. Those predictions are at like 65% or greater, I think, at this point. So I'm really interested to see what they did in that last week. But Dan, until Ali comes back, perhaps we could speak a little bit about tonight's game. We have Illinois, we have Wisconsin. So we were just talking about this game a little bit beforehand. And of course, Illinois upset the Badgers 24-23 last year. Wisconsin then went on to lose the next game after that to Ohio State. But then after that, it recovered. It did lose in the Rose Bowl there. I believe it was to the Ducks, I think, in the end. Yeah. But I mean, Wisconsin had a good year, but it's lost some talent, of course, in their running back, Jonathan Taylor. So he is gone. And I mean, how do you replace him? You can't really, although there's a lot of talk about this Nakia Watson filling in for him, and that they think that there won't be too much of a drop off there. They're also without Jack Cohn. I talked about this game earlier in the week, and I didn't realize that Jack Cohn was out, but for me, when I look at this Wisconsin team, of course, I think defense and I think run game and I think the revenge factor. And so for me, I sort of am leaning towards Wisconsin there. I know that Illinois, it does have some talent. Brandon Peters, he's back, but I mean, he only had 55% completion percentage there last year. And here is Ali. She's back. Hi, Ali. We just getting into this game now, Ali. We were just talking about the Wisconsin and Illinois game here tonight. And so I was just doing a rundown here, and I was going to let Dan comment. But what do you think, Dan? Do you think Illinois is going to come out firing again here and pull off another upset, or what do you think?
Well, actually, I do have a play up on the side for this game. But, yeah, that's the thing about Wisconsin.
Wow. Well, now Dan is dropping. Okay, there you go. Sorry, you did drop off there for a second.
Oh,
there must be some storms or something going on here on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you're okay now, Dan. Sorry, keep going.
No, it's. But they always just seem to plug another running back in.
Right.
On is a mammoth offensive line. They just keep getting the farm boys, from Wisconsin, and they're always huge and massive. So the running game is always there. As you said, they have a good defense. I would be concerned a little bit because of the quarterback.
Yeah.
But I guess if I'm gonna give out a play here on anything, I'd probably lean a little bit on the under. I think Wisconsin won't put their quarterback in position to turn the ball over, and
that makes sense.
And they'll rely on their running game and their defense. I just think it's going to be probably first game out for both teams. Kind of trying to get a feel for everything. So I'm leaning to the under.
And so that's at 51.5 there. So what do you think, Allie?
I haven't looked at this game super closely. I know both sides lost a lot of players. So this is not one that I'm super knowledgeable about, but we do have a commenter that made a great comment. Maybe Dan could answer that question.
Right. I'm seeing that now. And so it says, this is Nikhil Ratti. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But it says, I felt like Wisconsin first half over 19.5 is a good bet because they would like to establish a good offense up front. What do you guys think about that? That would kind of make sense. Wisconsin might go up, try to go up big early and then take the foot off the gas. What do you feel about that wager, Dan? I mean, I guess it doesn't correlate too well with your prediction there on the under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if the quarterback was there, I'd like it more.
Right.
I just don't know what you're going to get from this guy. And, I think they're going to try to just run the ball as much as they can. So then.
Right.
Right.
Okay, well that makes sense, he's going on to say here, but he likes the revenge factor. So, do you also like Wisconsin then, Nikhil? But where do you want to go here next, Allie? Where would you like to go next?
Yeah, I've got one. Everyone's kind of been waiting to see Ohio State this year. So Nebraska is going to play at number 5 Ohio State. State is minus 26. It's a pretty big number, but is it really? The total 67.5. I know that Nebraska has kind of been built to have this really great offense when they picked up Scott Frost from UCF, and they haven't really shown that yet. But I've heard a lot of talk that this is their year. And I wonder if Ohio State might have inflated lines, just like maybe that 26 is too many just because it's like Clemson. They know people will take it. So yeah, what's your take on this? Like I said, I don't have any official picks really on any of these games. I want to know what you guys think.
Yeah, I don't have an official pick on this one either. Yeah, and just a reminder, the Cornhuskers, they were 5-7 last year, and they failed to make a bowl game for a third straight year. And Ohio State is 5-1. Its last 6 straight up in this series. So Dan, you're our Big Ten expert. Do you think Ohio State's going to roll again here?
Well, Nebraska last year was one of the only teams that could run against Ohio State. They ran for 184 yards against them, but they only got 7 points. So, and they're gonna have to run the ball because I'm sorry. It seems like Adrian Martinez has been quarterback for Nebraska for years.
Yeah.
He's just not good. So they're going to have to try to run the ball. I just don't think they'll be able to put up enough points to hang with Ohio State. I mean,
so Martinez, he had 17 touchdowns and 8 interceptions as a freshman, but then last year he regressed and he had 10 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Yeah, and it's, there's the thing about Ohio State. Yeah, they lost J.K. Dobbins, but they replaced him with two other running backs, and now you're gonna have to, face both of them. There's just too much talent on Ohio State on both sides of the ball. The only thing would be it's the first game of the season, and what's going to happen. But then that doesn't seem to matter to Clemson or any of the other top-notch teams. So,
right. Well, what did you have any strong feelings about this one, Allie?
No, like I said, I mean, I'm like Craig Trapp over here in the comments. I don't like Ohio State. So I just, I'm too biased to really, of course I want to say it's too many points. I think, Nebraska could cover, but I don't really know. I can't give you any knowledgeable information without at least seeing them play, Someone in the comments, Bookie Blasters, wanted to talk Michigan at Minnesota. We do have that one lined up.
Okay.
Minnesota. Michigan 3 point.
What do you think about that one, Dan?
Michigan. I got a lot to say about Michigan. It's the same. You hear living in Michigan, you hear this every year. Oh, this is going to be our year. I mean, ever since the prodigal son came home in Harbaugh, they've been saying, oh, this year. We got all these Walmart Wolverine fans running around that thought this was going to put them back on top, and he still hasn't been able to win a big game. He hasn't beaten Ohio State yet, and now all the Michigan fans, and now they're almost resigned to the fact that they're never going to beat Ohio State. Now they're happy with 9 or 10 wins. It's becoming a joke in Michigan with this guy's coach. He just I don't know what's wrong. He just can't seem to win big games against ranked teams.
Yeah, they lost their final 2 games last year. The Wolverines did there. I mean, that was obviously a really sour taste to end the season.
And they don't have. Well, they lost their best wide receiver. He opted out. They lost their starting tackle, he opted out. They lost their quarterback, he transferred.
Shea Patterson is gone now, so it's Joe Milton.
Right, but the guy but McCaffrey, who was supposed to be the guy, he opted out and transferred. So yeah, it's Joe Milton. And I've read something today where there's comparisons to Cam Newton.
Right. Comparisons to Cam Newton. Oh, so Dan is now. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties this week on this one for some reason.
No, it's just crazy.
Listen, that's the world that we're living in here and doing this type of thing. We're not in a studio.
Right. But everyone's getting out of online school right now.
Yeah, now you guys do have really strong connections there. So Dan, if you did want to finish up your thought there on Michigan.
Well, it just they've lost some key players. But you got to look at Minnesota. They've got their starting quarterback back. They got their big wide receiver back. They got their running back back. They're coming off a huge season last year. They're gonna, they're rolling the boat again. My play on this, I do have a play I like on this game on the side, but my play here would be I'll take the over. It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold.
Yeah. Well, Minnesota had averaged 34.2 points per game last year. So yeah, Rashad Bateman, he's coming back this season. He initially opted out, as you said, and defensively, Minnesota gave up 22.4 points. I don't have anything on this game, but yeah, I would think that the consistency with the Gophers bringing back at their key position, that would be a solid place to look there. As far as if you're.
I like Minnesota here a lot. I love a home dog. And Craig Trapp made a really good point that usually in Michigan's first game of the season, they usually play like some kind of gimme game or like, a a cash game and then they like blow that team out of the water, and that kind of sets the tone that Michigan's going to kick butt all year, and that's not always the case. And in this case, they're not playing that game, and I really liked Minnesota last year. I love PJ Fleck. I think his wife is super hot too. And a home dog like Minnesota with all those returning players. I mean, I dig it. I like it over, and I like it Minnesota plus the points.
Nice. Yeah. Well, Michigan, it's 4-9 against the spread in its last 13 on the road. Yeah. I mean, the Wolverines, they played well defensively last year. They only gave up 19.5 points. But yeah, lost its 2 top cornerbacks from last season and a couple of starting defensive tackles. So yeah, they could be in for a long day here for sure.
Yeah, and
better pack a lunch. It's going to be a long day.
Well, a long night. But the other thing is it's also going to be cold.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be in the 20s. They're saying that the snow will probably hold off, so that could give you more chances to score because you don't like to hit the cold. So you might be able to get a few more missed tackles and break some long ones. So yeah, I think the over would be the play here.
Well, Dan, why don't we talk about, let's just stick with the Big Ten, and we're going to talk about your alma mater here, Michigan State. It's getting a cream puff up off the top here against Rutgers. Rutgers actually has a 21-game Big Ten losing streak against the Spartans. So now they have a new coach, Mel Tucker. What do you think about this year's Spartans?
It's going to be a long season. It's going to be a long season in my household, to be honest. I mean, they've only got two returners on defense from a defense that kind of stunk last year. They haven't announced the quarterback. It'd probably be Rocky Lombardi. I'd rather have Rocky Dennis from the movie Mask under center than Lombardi. I mean, he's not good.
Right.
I'm glad D'Antonio left because he basically ruined the program over the last couple of years. But, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know if they're lucky to get Rutgers' first game because if we lose this one, then the rest of the season is just going to go straight down the toilet.
Do you think the defense was a strength last year? It allowed just 22.5 points per game. Do you think that'll be the case again this year, or do you see regression as well on the defensive side?
Well, they've only got 2 guys coming back. And yeah, to be honest, the 22-point game, that's a little misleading because they just weren't good. I mean, I can't remember who they played last year, but it reminded me of the Lions. They're up like 20, 30 points going in the fourth quarter, and they lost. I mean, they would beat up on the poor teams like Rutgers but then just epically collapse against any sort of competition whatsoever. Exactly. And hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully Tucker brings in a new attitude. I mean, they've always been good on defense. It's just the last couple of years they just have seemed to be off a bit. Rutgers, they got a new coach also. A new old coach with Greg Schiano coming back. But the thing about Rutgers is they got 7. They were bad last year, but they got 7 offensive players and 8 defensive players back. So they're gonna have some. They got experience at least. I don't know if it's good experience or bad experience, but at least it's experience compared to the Spartans this year. To be honest, in this game, I got to play on the total. But if I hate to say it, but I'm taking Rutgers in this game. I'm taking the points. I don't know. 13 points to this team, and I don't know. I don't know if Spartans can score 13 points right now with this offense. So,
wow,
enough.
Holy,
Fair
13
enough.
total under possibly. Yeah. So, what do you think, Allie? Do you want to keep pushing through here with our crummy connections, or do you want to try to just wait until our total chaos tomorrow, or what do you reckon? Do you want to try to do another game here?
Well, I do have some rapid fire picks, so
Okay.
maybe let's just go through those so we can free picks real quick. Guys, we're super sorry about our internet connection. Hopefully it'll stick with me long enough to give you these picks. Don't forget, there's a promo code BIG10 at picksandparlays.net. So Craig Trapp's
Right, I'll write that in chat.
Yes. So Craig 10's college football rapid fire is going to be Nebraska at number 5, Ohio State. He says take Nebraska plus the points. Number 23, NC State at number 14, UNC. He says take NC State with all the points. It's a rivalry game. By the way, NC State is 4-1 against the spread for the year. Kansas at number 20, Kansas State. He says take K-State. I totally agree with him here. It's another rivalry, much more balanced offense and defense for K-State. Penn State at Indiana. He says take it over the 59.5 points. Cincinnati at SMU, as Nick calls it. He says take it under the 55.5. And then for how are we doing on connection? All right.
Yep. Well, we were doing great. And yeah.
He jinxed it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. It's been one of those days for us. And Allie, your connection is coming in and out there again. So we're trying our. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So you guys, why don't we call it there? We'll just say technical error this week. There's nothing we can do about that. But we can tell you at 1 Eastern, we will have Total Chaos with myself, Allie Burns, and Kurt Alexander. He's just been great. He's a lot of fun. And just his quick analysis has just been really great on these games. And I can't wait to get the update from Allie about our combined record. So did you want to say anything else, Allie, while your connection is going? Anything else?
Oh, just thank you guys for watching. So sorry. We'll get this fixed. And like, subscribe, hit the bell.
Okay.
All right. We'll see you tomorrow morning.
Okay, we gave out as much as we could.
1 Eastern.
Thanks, Allie. Thank you, Dan.
Go State.
Okay, guys.
No problem.
All right, see ya.
Bye.